Hey guys, welcome to Storytime with Ro. I'm your host, Ro. So the last episode I spoke about the third major character in my story, Beast of the Bronx, Shanta. So now that we've done the major characters, let's start talking about some of the supporting cast. Now this video might be a little bit long because there are a good chunk of supporting cast, but I'm going to try to be as brief as I can with each of them because again, they're supporting cast. They're there throughout the book, but some only have a very minor role, and then there's some that they are there and they really help the character develop. So we're going to start off with Tracy. Tracy is Mark's love interest, and she eventually becomes part of the team, but, and it's not much of a spoiler, so please don't take it as, oh, I'm spoiling something for you. She already was going to be part of the team anyway. It was just that I didn't want her to be a metahuman, if that makes sense. Like, I wasn't going to give her any weird animal powers. Now, she is on the spiritual side, but she, again, just like all the other characters, she does not know anything about it. So when you first meet her, you don't even, that doesn't even cross your mind. And how Mark and Tracy end up hooking up is through a scene that you really wouldn't have expected. But let's just say that it was the driving force that got Mark to not only transform, but to truly see that he needs to step up his game, not just to get with her, but for his life. But as I said, Tracy eventually becomes part of the team, and her abilities are more on the celestial side, so she doesn't really have a particular special attack. There is one that she does use, and it's kind of like a hand-me-down, and I'm saying this as the author. It really is a hand-me-down because it's not something that she uses on the regular when she finally awakens her powers. So it's just a kind of like a one-time thing that she uses in the story, and that's it. So Tracy doesn't really have a special attack as of yet. So again, I'm trying to get you to follow along with me that certain characters may have these attacks or these baseline abilities, but once the series keeps going, you start to see them develop more and more. So right now with Tracy, just know that she is Mark's love interest. She does eventually join the team, and she has celestial powers. Moving on to Rosa. Rosa is Andrew's love interest and is the only character who does not have any type of ability or doesn't come from another planet, or basically she is the ordinary human that is, in a sense, part of the team, but not really part of the team because she can't really do anything. But she is mainly Andrew's love interest, and she also helps Andrew decide who he really wants to be with. And I say this because he is in a love triangle. Because the next character that I bring up is Hibika. Hibika is actually Ching's sister, older sister, I should say. And she ends up becoming a love interest to Andrew, but it's more of like she likes him more than he likes her. Hibika is a fighter. She can actually use what is called the Neptune sword dances. Now, I don't go that much in detail with the Neptune sword dance, but just know that Ching and Hibika are the two fighters that are the support group and can use these abilities amongst anybody else from the Neptune race. And she shows her abilities mostly around Andrew, but does eventually show it off when they get to the big bad fight. Moving on, we go into Ching. As I had said in the previous episode, that Ching is the king of the Neptune race. And he is the only male, so that's why he ends up becoming the king. And he does falls in love with Shanta. But he too can also use the Neptune sword dances, and he is a skilled fighter. He tries to show off a little bit around Shanta, but again, he doesn't really have to. He just does it because he just wants to show that he can fight. But he is a very skilled fighter. There is actually a scene where you see him really fighting against a metahuman and standing his ground despite the fact that there is a huge power gap. But he still manages to do some type of damage to the metahuman. Next up is Ching and Hibika's younger sister, Aya. Aya is the other woman to Mark that Mark does not talk about, or in a way you can almost say he ends up having PTSD because of this chick. What she does, you have to read it. That's why I'm trying to tell you, you have to read it. It's not me trying to, spoil anything for you. I want you to read it because she does some stuff to Mark that makes him have PTSD. And I'm telling you, times that I read it after I've written it, I almost felt like I was about to have PTSD too, because she is a stalker. She falls head over heels for Mark and is literally trying to take Tracy's place as the love interest. She fights and fights for it. So best believe you will, if you read it, you will see what I'm talking about. And like Rosa, Aya is not a fighter. She doesn't join the team. She's just there to basically push Mark into the right direction. Next person is Ray Ray. Now I know what you're trying to figure out. I was like, okay, so is Ray Ray supposed to be this black person or what? Ray Ray is also a Neptune, like Ching, Hibika, and Aya. But Ray Ray is the fourth member of Yajino Bronx. He is the official fourth member. So you want to go as far as like Power Rangers, he's like that sixth ranger. He is part of the team, but he comes way later. He has the ability to metamorph into a were-monkey. And I know you're trying to figure out, I was like, why does it have to be a monkey? I was thinking more on, Son Goku, but I didn't want to go into that particular depth of like the Chinese folklore. It's just more of like, he has that ability to transform into this were-monkey that is similar to Son Goku, but instead of having a power pole, or this type of staff, his staff is literally a long bamboo stick. And Ray Ray is not even a teenager when he gets this powers. He's basically like a 9-10-year-old when he gets this. And he eventually learns how to use his abilities and his powers. And when you do meet him, he can't talk. Or at least he can't talk English. So he's talking Japanese. So if I haven't said it yet, the Neptune race is basically space alien Japanese people. If that makes any sense to you. So Ching, Hibika, Aya, and Ray Ray are Japanese space aliens. If you want to, Japanese space aliens. And Ray Ray's abilities, he has 2 attacks just like everybody else, but he doesn't have that energy blast like, like Shanta, Mark, and Andrew. So he's got Coconut Barrage, where he basically summons these coconut-sized energy balls, and he also has Takayari. Takayari is basically an attack where he uses his bamboo staff and summon bamboo, spiky bamboo from the ground, wherever. So he can, and there was actually a scene where he actually used it in an elevator, and he had the bamboo stick hit the ceiling, and the bamboo spikes came down from the ceiling to kill the enemies. So as long as the stick hits somewhere, that's where it's going to summon and come out from. But again, he is that sixth ranger that he appears at a certain point of the story, and he becomes part of the team. Now we go to Madame Renee. As I had said with the first episode, Madame Renee is basically like your Zordon mentor kind of person. She is the one that gives Mark, Andrew, Shanta their powers. Now, it has not been said, and I'm going on the record to say that Madame Renee also gives Ray Ray that same contract card like she did with the others, but it's one of those off-screen kind of things because it wasn't necessary for me to put it there, but that is what actually happens. So she is the one that gives the core team as well as Ray Ray their were-animal powers. And there's more to Madame Renee than what is there. And so this is where it's getting into spoiler territory, but I'm basically going to just say that when we get to the big bad fight, Madame Renee and the next character that I'm going to talk about, Master Dao, when they reveal who they are, it becomes a whole different ball game. But like I said, I'm not going to spoil it for you because I want you to read it. Please read it. So now we're going to go into Master Dao. Master Dao is basically another mentor person, but during the training arc, he is the one that trains Mark, Andrew, Shanta, and Ray Ray how to fight, properly fight, and help them control their powers. And like I said with Madame Renee, when he gets to be part of that big bad fight, he too has a whole thing about him that you will be just amazed. So I say this to say that these supporting casts are there to help the main characters get to where they end up being at towards the end of the story. And you will truly enjoy those characters as well. They may not necessarily be the major characters, but they do have some purpose to them, and I fully enjoy every character. Every character that I have created, I truly enjoy who they are. We will talk about the bad guys, but when I do talk about the bad guys, I'm going to keep it in non-spoiler territory because again, there's things about those bad guys that are going to be going towards the next set of books, and I want you as the viewer and the reader to know that there's more to this story than meets the eye. So look forward to it. Until next time, guys. Holla.